Hi, this is Joe McNally for AdoramaTV, and today we're going to talk about making your flash look like it's supposed to be there, and we're going to deconstruct how you do that.
AdoramaTV presents Photo on the Go with Joe McNally, where you'll go behind the scenes to see how great photos are made.
Hi, this is Joe McNally for AdoramaTV. The reason I go to Adorama, it's a real store with real people, and I've got friends and associates there who have guided me through all my camera purchases for years. I was really blessed this past year to be assigned to be part of the initial campaign for marketing the D4 for Nikon cameras. I had done work on the D3 campaign, and it was unexpected really that we got a chance to work with the D4 because you just figure that opportunities like that don't come along all that often, and we're very, very honored to be part of it, you know. So taking the D4 in hand, one of the things that we had to demonstrate with the camera was how it holds detail and shadows, how the line of rotation, if you will, from highlight to shadow is very gracious, very easygoing, you know. So which all speaks to the file in highly technical ways, which I'm not going to go into right now. So one of the marriages you can make when you get a really good assignment and an open-ended assignment to come up with some ideas is you can cast around in your head and think about, oh, what have I not done that I want to do? Where do I want to go that I haven't shot? And one of those places for me was Preservation Hall down in New Orleans, legendary jazz hall. I'd been there numerous times, and I'd actually photographed there years and years ago, but never really had the place under control, right? I wanted to be able to work with it as a location and push it in the way that I wanted to go visually. So my intrepid studio manager, Lynn Del Mastro, went through the yards and yards and yards of, kind of paperwork and arranging and this and that, and got us access to Preservation Hall. And you have to work very efficiently in a place like this because it's very expensive. It's the only one of its kind, and they know it. So the access to this magnificently shabby, let's call it that, hall of music is very restricted. So again, really blessed to have the access to shoot there. And the other thing that made me want to shoot there is I remember from years gone by having gone and listened to music there is there's two old dirty windows. And that was the centerpiece really of my thinking about how to light this place. Okay, one of our subjects was the legendary Preservation Hall band drummer, Little Joe Lasseter. His position as drummer is naturally kind of, in the back of the staging area where the band plays from. And that area, I know from prior experience, having been there, is near the windows. So out here, you've got the sidewalk, right? Okay, that's where people just walking by, okay? And then you've got a couple of big windows in Preservation Hall. So, I'll draw these this way, okay? There's one here, and there's one here, okay? They're both really big. They're both really dirty, okay? Got a patina, because I don't think they've been cleaned in forever. So Little Joe sits in here, okay? So there he is right there, and there's his drum set, etc., okay, right in here, okay? My camera position is right over in here, next to this window, okay? Right there. There's no lighting inside here, in this area, none whatsoever, okay? All the light that we put into the hall came from outside. Where does light come from anyway in a situation like this? You look around, the windows. One of the best strategies I can offer anyone is when they walk into an environment to shut the artificial lighting off. Let the windows, the doors, the skylights, whatever it might be, let it play. It gets really quiet in the room when you shut the artificial lights off. You can tell the nature and color and direction of the light. It's not always helpful because sometimes that available light just is horrible, or it just doesn't exist. In this instance, it was valuable. Okay, so there was no interior lighting on when we came in. We looked and there was just the meager beginnings of daylight creeping through those windows. So I took my flashes and I augmented that. I went and put a stand out on the sidewalk here, and I fitted it with a Triflash. A Triflash is something, it's an arrangement, a ratcheting arrangement that you can fit 3 flashes on. So there's 3 flashes, and they are firing this way through a window that has a silk bed sheet over it, okay? So that there's a bed sheet over here, there's a bed sheet over here, for terminology's sake. It's a big, soft diffuser. Then there's another flash that I have here, a single flash, because I don't need that much power at the back of the wall, back in here, right? So their sensors are turned towards this way. All the sensors here, and that's where the ratchet on the Triflash comes in handy. All of those sensors are pointed in towards the building. So now I've got light mimicking, augmenting, tweaking, whatever you want to call it, the potential for natural daylight that's going to filter through these windows. It's big, it's soft, okay? I use 3 flashes up in here. Again, the ratchet gives you a chance to move your sensors in a coherent direction. That's a handy thing. And also the 3 flashes here are able to, augment my, my volume of light and also drain these small flashes. I'm asking a lot of them being out on the street like this to light this scene in here. Okay, so what we've got going now is a big, beautiful wash of window light over the near-term area that's close to camera, which is where the drum set is. But I need context, right? You don't want to walk into Preservation Hall and just have it be in blackness. So back in here, there's a couple of old, beautiful paintings, and crusty walls and all that stuff. So I had to get some light off of that. So I took 2 flashes on sticks, okay, in here, all right? And I just kind of keyed a couple of raw lights. Nothing fancy, no umbrellas or anything like that. Just a couple of raw lights in here that just aim in here like they're up high as if there was a tungsten bulb in the ceiling. So I cranked the stands up way high and I gelled those lights with a CTO, a warm gel, incandescent, turning them in from a daylight balance into a warm or incandescent balance. So the wash of light in this area right in here, okay, is all very, very warmish. And that's where you want this place to be. You want it to be warm. You want it to be inviting. It's got old tungsten bulbs in it anyway, so when you walk in, the whole feel of the place, the color palette is on the warm side. And then, placing Joe here, shooting the camera this way, got a wide-angle portrait, incorporating the drum set, the wall, okay, but no windows, right? What would happen if I included the windows at all? They'd be very hot, very bright. So I had to be careful that my camera crop ended right in here and stopped shy of the windows. Okay, so once again, here I am, up the creek with, some small flashes splayed out over a wide area. How do I talk to them? All right, how, again, radio is always possible, and I use radio, I have no qualms about it. But I like to experiment with TTL. So and plus I'm on assignment in this instance for Nikon, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So I took SC29 cores, which I've mentioned before on videos, and I take those guys and I make those guys link to another trigger flash or commander flash back on a stick here. So this one is firing this way, right? So it picks up this light, that light, goes through the diffuser out here, picks up these guys, picks up that, okay? So now I've got control of the lights in the street and the lights in the interior. No worries there at all. I can talk to them right from this flash right here. And it's connected to my camera. I can sit there, okay? And what's the essence of a portrait? The relationship you have with your subject, right? And little Joe was gracious, easygoing, wonderful man. Okay, I asked him for a different range of emotions. Some were serious, some were laughing, had a great laugh. And it was a wonderful day on location, and it was one of those things that, was a lifelong dream for me photographically, was to work in Preservation Hall. And we were able to do that. And we worked quickly and efficiently because, again, time is precious on location, especially a high-end location like this. So once again, Joe McNally for AdoramaTV. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Check out all the videos on YouTube that Adorama has up in there. There's a ton of really great knowledge. Thanks.
For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 8 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.